Child, it is hot in LA. It's normally hot, but it's like we're starting to get humidity, which I'm not upset about, right? I mean, I didn't like it when I lived in Philadelphia, but I realized that it's great for my skin and my hair. But humidity in the desert isn't comfortable. It's also kind of dangerous. Global warming. How are you guys doing? What are we drinking today? Apple juice. Pure apple juice like I am a toddler. Y'all, I have been adulting today. I have been adulting and I don't like it. I have been adulting today since 6 a.m. I don't like it. I don't like adulting at all. And I'm so mad at myself for wanting to be grown so bad because I'm here now and I hate it. I don't like it. You know what? At this point, I think I'm gonna pull a Kathy Hilton. I think, you know what? I apologize to kept women. I didn't know what I was talking about when I talked about y'all. I am about to be that woman, a little Kathy Hilton, that don't know nothing, that don't pay for nothing, get a nice little allowance from my husband, whatever he gives me, I sign because I don't know what the hell is going on, but I live a cush, stress-free life. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. Done. I've been adulting since 6 a.m. I'm over it. I don't want to see any more paperwork. I don't want to make any more appointments or meetings. I don't want to do it. I'm done. So yeah, sorry to cat women. I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm over here, trying to be this independent girl power thing. And what was I doing? What was I doing? How are you guys? How are you guys? What's up, Sean Sabia? Glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. So I don't have a lot of notes for this episode because not a lot happened until we got to the girls' trip, but I do have some additional tea that I want to share with you guys that I learned from our girl, Tracy. She sent it to me earlier today, so I have that to talk to you guys about. So we're just going to do a quick review, and then we're going to get into some additional tea. What's up, India? Oh, India. India said, wrapping up an audition. No, I wasn't wrapping up an audition. I was wrapping up the IRS. I'm good, but I was nervous for a minute. That was just one of my adulting calls. But yeah, I had to wrap them up real quick. And what I was not telling them was that wrap this conversation up because I got to hop on YouTube so they can hop on here and see what I'm talking about. And the next thing you know, they got me locked up like Teresa Giudice. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. I was like, I had my work voice on. Hi, I just wanted to check. And, oh, really? Thanks, ma'am, so much. Working where? Me? Oh, no, I don't. I was just a poor U.S. citizen. I don't make no money. You got to play into it when you can. What am I talking about? Let me stop. What is Denard celebrating? What is Denard celebrating? What is Denard celebrating? Oh, darn it. You know what? Another thing I learned today, you guys, are y'all checking into your Social Security? Y'all should have Americans. I don't know who's watching me from all over, but Americans, you should set up an account on the Social Security website. A secure account. It's a whole process that you have to go through. It's really, really secure. You should set that up. Because I found out a lot of information today. Anyway, Adulting 101. We're done. We're here to have fun. Let the stress of being an adult off of us. Let it off of us. The lady who was helping me, she was just like, don't be stressed. Don't be stressed, girl. It's okay. Take it off you. So I'm gonna give what the lady at the franchise tag board told me, take it off you. Take it off you. Don't be stressed, girl. Take it off you. Take it off you. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. What's up, Teresa? Hey, Shan. Hey, Tony. I'm about to be about that life. 19-year-old Nikki wasn't up for it. It's way too Christian for it. But I'm kind of tired of this. I'm kind of tired of it. I really, really am. Dinar, I'm scrolling the comments. I want to celebrate with you. What are we celebrating? Oh, congratulations. Well, congratulations, but happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, you're a big boy. You're an adult now. You know what? You really don't become an adult until like 38. No, you're cool. You're a kid. You're a kid. I think like 38. 47. So you're good. You're good. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Happy birthday. Oh, which happy birthday do we sing? We're going to give you, Dinar. Since you're a faithful member, you've been here for a very long time. You're like a senior member of the Star family. So we're going to give you the old school Black happy birthday. A one, a two. Oh, wait. No, I'm not going to do it. A one, a two. A 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. I am going to do it. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday from Sweden. Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dinar. 31. It's the hottest time of your life. I want to tell you that. 30, that good 30 to like 34 is the hottest you will ever be in life. The hottest you will ever be in life. And you know what? You won't even know it. You won't even know it until you're out of it. Girl. Don't say I ain't never told you nothing. Take a lot of pictures, thought around, unless you're in a relationship, because this is the hottest you will ever be. Enjoy. 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 Hey, Vodka. Vodka's here. Now we can start. Vodka is here. Now we can start. Now, where's my phone? Now we can start. I will say, guys, I may have to remove reviews on to certain days. Where the hell is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Please don't tell me I got to turn my phone off. Just because adulting takes a lot out of me. And I feel like after I adult for a day, I need to go to Marshall's. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think, on my adulting days, I may not have reviews. I think I just need that day to like de-stress. But maybe this will help. Maybe this will help. And if you see this, guys, just know it's not, I don't got third grade stickers. I have a zit. Y'all know I use my star patches. Anyway, not all about the tea making it to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, guys, before I continue on, it's all about the tea. That show here on YouTube that had all that drama, is that the same blog or is it another blog? Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, is that the blog of that show that was here on YouTube? I don't know if it still exists, but I knew there was like a fallout or something. Is that the same blog? It is. Same blog. Okay, great. Oh, wow. Good for them. Good for them. Is it still going on? Are they still together? Is the lady who runs Popeyes still running that blog? Is that true? That was such a time. I don't know what was going on, but everybody was talking about it, and I was hopping in when I can. Oh, wow. Well, good for them. You guys made it to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Cheers. Cheers to them. Cheers to them. I know that made them feel good if they're like still together. Let me back out of there. Dorit. So Dorit calls Kathy to complain about Garcelle, and Kathy is paying her dust right, and Kathy pays Dorit dust a lot of times. So I'm either thinking that Kathy is Team Garcelle, which she gives me. Kathy gives me that she is Team Garcelle, but is she Team Garcelle or is she just annoyed with Dorit? I think it's both, right? I think that she's Team Garcelle, and I also think that Dorit is annoying and is like it's just exhausting to be around her, and she gets fed up very easily because Dorit just takes the wind out of like everybody's cells, especially when everybody is hanging out. Because later, when they're having when they're at the girls' retreat or whatever, and they're all having dinner, and Dorit starts in on Garcelle, Kathy just goes, "Oh, Dorit, stop it." Like she was listening to the whole situation. And then she was like, "Oh, Dorit, enough." Like she was just so sick of Dorit. So I'm like, are you sick of Dorit and Team Garcelle? That's why you were so exhausted? Or is Dorit just so exhausting that you just had to have that blow up? I will say this, and it wasn't like a blow up. It was like a little thing like, enough, Dorit. It was like a nice little, I'm the wealthiest person at this table. Shut up and respect me, right? And Dorit did just that. Did you see her, Dorit? Stop. Dorit. And started eating her food. Let me tell you something about these rich people. They be having these adult women and men like nuts at their big ages. Not saying that Kathy said anything to be disrespectful, but I'm just like, you're not going to talk to me like that because you got money. I don't care if you're the richest person at this table. I am grown. Dorit shut up like a toddler with them 2 ponytails and went back to eating her food. She even shrunk down a little bit. And I'm like, really? You that broke that she could talk to you like this? And you listen? These rich people are living like flunkies just to be invited in these circles. It's a sad sight to see. Sutton, them big shoes are jacking up your little ankles. Sutton has like a ankle injury on this episode, and she has to go to the ER. She's in a wheelchair for the remainder of the episode, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta do what I gotta do because the bottom of my feet are raw, but I have to do what needs to be done so that I can get back to my shoes." You do not need to get back to them shoes, and if you have a really good doctor, an honest doctor who is just not after you for your coin and you're good insurance, I hope they told you the truth. Because you're a very tiny person with small ankles and you wear these big, like orthopedic 70s disco shoes everywhere you go. And it's just too much on your body. So I'm not surprised that Sutton is having these ankle issues, because if you just see her frame and you see the big clunky shoes that she wears, like clunky high platform shoes with all this like decoration and bedazzling, beading, it's Balenciaga, it's breaking your ankles. Take them off, mama. Take them off. I hate to say it, but you're probably going to be in Crocs for the rest of your life. And that's because you spent all of your life being a hill hoe. And this is what happens when you're a consistent hill hoe. You mess up your ankles, you mess up your feet, because you are not supposed to walk like that. That is not how a human being should be walking. Now, if you're a horse or a centaur, okay, you're a human being. You are not supposed to be walking at an angle like this on your tippy toes. That's why your feet are jacked up, mama. Please don't go back to them shoes. You got to be about that Birkenstock and Croc life. You can find a nice bedazzled Birkenstock, a nice bedazzled Croc. Speaking of bedazzled Crocs, baby, I done found the DIY here on YouTube. I'm going to Michael's. I'm doing a lot. Michael's and Marshall's. God, get me through it. Get me through it. Michael's and Marshall's this season, they gonna see me. But I'm going to Michael's and I'm getting those little studs, like jewels or whatever. And then I ordered these Crocs clip-ons. So I'm going to have like jeweled Crocs throughout the season. I'm making like festive Christmas ones. I'm making some Halloween fall ones. I am such a drag queen. And I love that about me. Maybe it's because I'm young. Okay, maybe it's because I'm a nice little young tenderoni. But this girls trip, The location. I feel so bad because I love me some Kathy Hilton. But the location, Kathy. It was giving Marie Callender's. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. This is so beautiful. I was like, it looked like, a Marie Callender's warehouse. Like if Marie Callender's and Costco had a baby, it would be the location that they're staying at. I was like, what? And I'm not a modern woman. Like I don't like modern anything. I don't like modern homes or anything like that, modern hotels. I like nice little French classical furnitures and designs. But this was very Marie Callender's. And I know what a Marie Callender's look like because back in the day when they would send me a coupon for my birthday, I would go to Marie Callender's and I would get my slice of pie, which was terrible, but it was free and I was broke. I will one day do a video about how I, used to survive off of coupons, especially during my birthday. Baby, like the month of December, I ain't spend nothing. I was always using my coupons. It's my birthday coupon. Here's my ticket for my free meal. Thanks. There's a way to survive. There's a way to survive. You just got to know. Anyway, it just was given a little old and dusty. It was given the furniture smells like urine, but everybody loved it and they seemed to have a really great time. But I'm just like, wow, money don't mean nothing. Money can't buy you class or taste. So I'm tired, right? I'm tired of Kyle and Dorit being in scenes with Erika, right? And then listening to her like a concerned friend or being shocked by the stories that she tells, right? And then sitting in conversations with the women talking about how they don't believe it, like how this doesn't make sense. And then they get in their confessionals and say the same thing, like, wait a minute, Erika, this isn't adding up. Now everything is allegedly, thank you for saying it to us. Now say it to her. Say it to Erika and stop making it seem like it's only Sutton who has these questions and who wants to figure things out. Because now that y'all have left Sutton out there, and not only have you not protected her, you have put her as a target right in front of Erika. Sutton has stopped investigating. There goes the show. There goes the show. Because Sutton was investigating and confronting, and Garcelle was backing her up, and we were getting a show. We were getting a show. Now that y'all have put her out there in front of Erika Girardi's firing squad, she just feels attacked, and now she's shutting up, and now she's not investigating anymore. She wasn't even being a fancy Drew on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was trying to pull stuff out of her, and she was like, I retired. I'm not doing it no more. I'm done. Andy, I'm done. That was the show. What are we going to do now? Just listen to Erika's lies and have Kyle in every scene? Come on. We got a long way to go before the reunion. We have no show anymore. Thanks a lot, ladies. Thanks a lot. You finally had your show. That was interesting, that we tuned in to actually watch and not to drag on Twitter later. Now we have nothing anymore because y'all never go and confront Erika. Sutton is scared to say anything. Garcelle is crying about not being a white woman. Like, it's what is this? This is what we're left with. It was interesting when Sutton was investigating. It was interesting when Sutton was sashing into a room and just say Ponzi scheme. And I had my investigators looking into something. I had my financial forensics team look into this. And what they told me was that this doesn't add up. That was a good show. We don't have that anymore. Because Sutton is scared and she's in a wheelchair. I mean, my God, today. Can we talk about Sutton being in a wheelchair and nobody caring except for Garcelle? Like, if Garcelle would not have rolled her over to the dining table, she would have still been sitting at the door waiting to be escorted. Sutton, I hope you know they don't care for you. I hope you know that they don't like you. They just keep you around because you're wealthy. Speaking of wealthy, and I'll get back into the review, baby, on Watch What Happens Live, when Sutton was like, she paid for them, for her and Harry to go to Elton John's benefit concert or whatever, or something that he had, and she bought a whole table, and in real time, Lisa responded and she was just like, no, you did not buy us a table. You did not pay for our tickets. Elton John invited us. And she was like, oh, no, honey, I invited you and you sat at my table. Maybe, Andy, they were unaware. This is what we need. This is the dynasty shade that we need. And Elton John hasn't said a thing. He don't know who they are. He knows Sutton. He knows Sutton, who was at the Met Gala before any of y'all had a name. Y'all better stop playing on her. She got coins. She's certified. Sutton is certified. And if y'all was smart, y'all would play nice with her. Because at the end of the day, nothing matters on these shows unless you are allowed in them circles to be able to make money or connect yourself to people who have more money than you. Stay woke. Stay woke. I really like having Kathy and Garcelle on the show. And I have to acknowledge that I asked for something and it was received, right? I've been asking for seasons to have women on this show who do not back down to the sister circle, who do not like kiss Kyle's ring, who will hold everybody, to task and not back down. And for that, I got Kathy. Well, I'm not saying it was me who did it, but I did put it out in the atmosphere that we needed women like this. And we got Kathy and Garcelle, right? Because they both don't back down. I'm excluding Sutton from this just because I need her to get just a bit more of a thicker skin to be able to handle it. I want her to stop crying all the time. I want her to stop breaking down and retreating every time there's conflict. And I get it because she's just not that kind of woman, but you are on this kind of show. So you need to be able to fight in the gutter and stand your ground and not let it fade you, at least on camera and in front of your enemies, right? So in saying that, I'm really glad that we got women like Kathy and Garcelle, because this is the thing. They don't try Kathy, right? They try Garcelle, but they cannot overtake her because she won't back down. So it's very easy to go for Sutton, who, although she's a valuable asset, not just to the show, but to their, to the circles that they want to be invited into. She's easy prey because she gets emotional right away. She gives you the satisfaction of feeling like you have intimidated her or won an argument with her, or have had some kind of victory with her in a disagreement, because she is the one that breaks down and gets emotional. But Kathy and Garcelle, they don't play with them. They try. Not Kathy as much, right? But Garcelle, they try. But they know they can't get her. So they'll try to get her off the show. They won't touch Kathy, not because of Kyle, because it's Kathy. It's Kathy Hilton. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil, right? But I am glad that we at least have these two, Sutton as well, right? I just want her to get, like I said before, a thicker skin, but I'm glad we have these women on the show who do not want to be a part of the Sister Circle clique. This is what we need. And Andy, you need to add more. We need more. Even if the groups are going to be split, fine. But the Sister Circle cannot have the majority. They cannot. They got to be the minority in this situation for this show to be remotely likable. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy that they're on the show. So after they get to this Marie Callender hotel, all of the ladies sit down for a nice dinner. Erika comes for Sutton because, Sutton is emotional and very easy. And Erika could be like, don't call me a liar. Well, you called me a liar. No, we're done. I'm not going to talk to her. Are we going to be finished with this? I'm leaving. No, I don't want to deal with her. No, we're never going to be friends again. It's done. You do that with them white women. I'm telling you. You got lucky with Garcelle, Erika. You got lucky with Garcelle, but Miss Small Town Atlanta, you couldn't do that with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You do that with women you can do that with. That intimidating. And else what? Or else what? Who are you doing this to that this is working? According to Sutton, Kyle. Okay? She sure did say that Kyle was afraid of Erika. Child, I need the reunion now. Anyway, so she's going back and forth with Sutton. And although all the other ladies were in the conversation with Sutton about Erika, Good and good on you, Sutton. Although I don't think you needed to do that, right? When she talks about how she called a meeting to discuss the situation, she does not mention anything that anybody else said, which is why Dorit, Garcelle was saying you didn't say that last night because you guys were leaving Sutton out there to dry. Like she was the only one who was in this conversation, right? So they go back and forth. It doesn't get anywhere. Dorit tries to chime in. She's acting like she's helping Sutton, but she really has a segue to go after Garcelle because Garcelle starts defending Sutton because nobody else will. And at this point, these two are like this, right? They probably would not have been the best of friends had they not been outsiders, but because they are constantly being attacked and are outsiders of this show and now have realized that they are fan favorites, I think these two are going to link up and be an unstoppable force. And unfortunately, Crystal, you could have been a part of this, but you chose the wrong side. You chose the wrong side. Speaking of Crystal, where were you? Did you even have a confessional? There was no Crystal this episode. I hate to say it. I didn't miss you. I didn't miss you. Wow. Child, stay woke. So anyway, after Kathy gets Dorit together for trying to come after Garcelle, it seems to have ended, right? And then Lisa decides to bring back up the situation with Garcelle, and she brings up all about the tea because, Garcelle is talking to these blogs or whatever, and like calling her out on it. Like that is not their job. You guys are all supposed to talk about the show right before the show is about to premiere or right, while you guys are filming, while stuff is happening. You guys all do it. You all talk to the same person, which is the PR person for your freaking show, who then sends out your commentary to interviewers for certain interviewers and writers and bloggers of certain magazines. So Lisa trying to call Garcelle out about her talking to blogs or her giving interviews or whatever. Like, how can you call out your coworker for doing the same job? That is the job. That is what you guys are supposed to do. So for me, I felt like Lisa just wanted to dig at Garcelle because she is still mad that not only did Garcelle hold her accountable for the horrible way that she treated Denise, Garcelle is walking lightly with Lisa because she does not trust her. And Lisa feels guilty when she's around Garcelle. So she wants to do everything that she can to get her off the show, just as Cal. Cal feels guilty. Cal doesn't like how, Garcelle doesn't overlook her behavior like everybody else. So they're doing their best to do a Vanderpump on her, but they can't. But I think at this point, they have to realize she's untouchable. Y'all got to realize that, right? It won't be good for any of y'all if y'all bully Garcelle off the show. I'm telling y'all that right now. Don't say I never gave you nothing. But that is what Lisa is trying to do, and it's not working. And because of that, we get another scene with Garcelle crying. And I think this is a bigger issue. So we're going to get into it, right? So Garcelle is just like, you guys don't know what it's like, being the only Black woman in a group of white women. And then she says it's not about race. Then why did you say it? Why did you bring up your race if it's not about race? Because it's absolutely about race. You don't feel comfortable in white spaces. Who does? Except for other white people. And even then, when they're in the same spaces with each other, they start breaking it down about who's more pure blood. You're like, come on. You don't feel comfortable in that space. I get it. We all get it. It absolutely is about race because you feel outnumbered because of our history. So I don't know why you would say it's not about race after saying that you're the only Black woman in a group of white women, right? And then she says, you guys don't know what it's like not to fit in. Kathy, I do. Kathy. You got to start seeing Color Mama. I do. She was just like, then how about doing this your entire life? And then they all shut. And then Kathy shut up. She didn't agree with that one. But I get that she gave them this vulnerable moment about race or whatever. But I just feel like, Garcelle, you got to go to therapy about this, right? Because I feel like Garcelle is suffering from being the only Black girl in class, being the only Black girl in school, not being asked to prom because the white guys could not bring you home, not, being the only Black girl in the neighborhood, being made fun of for having different hair, being made fun of for being darker, microaggressions while growing up. Like you got to go to therapy for that, because I think you got a little identity problem, and this happens with a lot of black kids and black, who grow up to be black adults who are still dealing with that. Yes, this might happen with people of other cultures. I'm just talking about what I have experienced and what I know of my culture. Being raised in white spaces as a black person is hell, absolutely horrible. Right? Not speaking from experience though, right? I grew up in a predominantly black city and I went to predominantly black schools. However, I did go to a predominantly white college, and it was culture shock. The things that were said to me, the things that were done to me, I could not fathom. Like, I could never have fathomed that before I went to college, right? I was, 18 when I had those experiences. So I was kind of not fully set, but I knew who I was by the time I got there. Can you imagine being in that kind of environment that I was in, that really racist environment that I was in as a child? And that forming my identity and how I felt about myself. I think that's what she's dealing with, because you're always crying about not being accepted. Listen, sis, you're always crying about not being accepted into white spaces. That is your issue. And I think it comes from your childhood, because you was talking about that, how your white friends will come over your house and be like grossed out by your food. You feel that sort of way, right? So you're reliving it again when you have your dinner party and you're inviting your white friends over to try your Haitian food. And you're probably nervous about that. How will they feel? Will they say it's gross? Like, y'all got to raise yourselves around y'all people. If you're in America, I don't know about anywhere else, but America got a race problem. So I feel like it's fairly safe, and it should happen for at least the young years, your child's young years. You gotta raise them around their people, especially if you're a person of color. You gotta raise them around your people and your culture, so when they get to a certain age, they know how to navigate, the microaggressions, racism. They know how to navigate those spaces and not crumble at the drop of any kind of resemblance of racism or microaggressions. I don't think you ever dealt with that, because I'm sitting there watching you crying. I'm like, girl, for what? And then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Garcelle. Thank you for being vulnerable to us. Why? What about her is not vulnerable, right? Because the fact that you all think that she's this tough girl and you're calling her a bully when Erika is sitting right there has absolutely everything to do with her race. You perceive her as stronger. You perceive her as angry. You perceive her as intimidating because she is black, not because of anything that she has done to you. Now, if y'all said that she's blunt, then it would make perfect sense, because she is. But a bully, intimidating, not vulnerable. She was talking to you heifers about how her husband cheated on her and everybody knew but her. How is that not vulnerable? She's telling you about something that almost broke her and how she had to come back from that because she had 2 kids to raise with the man that broke her heart. So what is not vulnerable about this woman? Let's voice that. I want you to get the help that you need, because I want you to stay on this show, and I need you to come back stronger and wiser, because crying every time you don't fit into this group, that's little Garcelle. Let's deal with little Garcelle not fitting in, because adult Garcelle is right where she needs to be. And this is your moment. Don't crumble under pressure. Do not crumble under pressure. And let's be real, mama, you are never going to be invited into or fit into a space that was created to exclude and oppress others like you. You're never going to fit in. So I need you to be okay with that. I need you to be okay with that. And I need you to stop wanting and yearning and needing to fit into white spaces. Because I think that's probably why you picked your last husband. But I could be reaching. Because sometimes you pick from a privileged culture to give you certain ends in spaces and give your kids easier opportunities. I don't want to overanalyze, but I'm just like, because no shade, he wasn't fine, girl. So what about him attracted you? Let's dive into that. Anyway, Erika, let's get into the lies. Erika, you're a liar, and I'm heartbroken because you were my girl, but I can't sit beside you with this one. Before I go on, hey, Callie Steve. Callie Steve said Rinna is jealous of Garcelle. Garcelle has a lot of gigs, and Rinna doesn't even have a dependence endorsement. She lost that endorsement? Oh, Lord. Thank you so much for the super chat. Either it is hot or my head is growing. Why is my turban getting tiny? Oh, God, is my head expanding? What the hell? Does that happen? Oh, Lord. I'm going to end up with Chevelle's head by the end of this review. Anyway, so what's her name? Liar. Erika. So Erika invites Kyle and Rinna over to talk about a new thing that's happening with Tom. This is what I want to say, right? She's telling them about a story that they came to her to talk about that she already knew. So who is still communicating with you? Who is giving you the heads up on all this stuff that is being said about you in magazines, in newspapers, before it hits the press? How do you have an in on everything that is going to be said about you? It's giving publicists, or it's giving you're still talking to Tom and his team. Because even in this scene, Rinna says something about the last time you saw him was when you dropped him off, right? Because they try to get into this bogus robbery story. She says the last time you saw him was when you dropped him off, right? And she's like, yeah, that was the last time that I saw him. And then they started getting into what he said, and she was just like, well, I don't know. I don't really. So what is going on? Who are you talking to? How are you getting this information? And the last time you saw him was when you dropped him off. That don't make sense to me, because you said the last time you saw him was in the morning when he left at your home and you walked out and never talked to him again. I can't keep up, Erika. I can't keep up. None of this is making sense. None of this is making sense. That's all I had to say. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Oh, wait, did I get another super chat? I thought that was the only one I got. Hold on, I think I got another one. No, I just got that, right? I got them all. If I didn't, moderators, hit your girl up. Yeah, way back in the day. Not the recent one. She was like at the Met Gala in the 90s. Sutton is old coin, okay? Alex says Sutton was at the Met Gala. That must be such an ugly dress, because let's be honest, Sutton's fashion design. Yeah, she wasn't at this year's Met Gala. But as Arnold would say, Met Gala. She's been getting invited to them for decades. Shotavia says Sutton's fashions would fit in the Met Gala, though. They would. Like her everyday, her dinner party fashions. Ciao. JL said if Kyle, Erika, and Dorit listened to Kathy because of her coins, they should have listened to Sutton too. She is wealthy. Yeah, I don't understand that. I think they're going to burn themselves. I really, really do. He know who Sutton is. The girl that bought $100,000 table at his charity event. He know who she is. Crazy Homebody Girl said, I didn't like that they didn't really get where Garcelle was coming from until she started crying, because that's what they wanted from her. They wanted to break her down. That's what they wanted. And I need for her to stop giving them that. Momi said that scene with Lisa and Dorit hugging Garcelle and being like, yes, this is good. Ugh. After they broke her down was gross. Justin Simeon brought that up on Watch What Happens Live. He also said that Dorit was very into Karen territory for him, because he was just like, if a Black person says that they feel like an outsider in this white space, that's it. Believe them. There's nothing else behind that. That's all that needs to be said. Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like how they treated her at all. Josie said, Crystal can go. I can't believe she just sat there and said nothing. She really wants to be in that mean girl circle. Well, I think it's because her way into the circle was Teddy. And, Teddy is Kyle's puppet. So, I think Crystal stepped into that space because Teddy is no longer being a part of the show. I sure did. That's my dream team. That's my dream team. I know this show isn't good for Kim, so I know why she can't come back. But that is my dream team because them girls don't play. Yona said, because Crystal is not cutting it. She needs to be handed her walking papers. Just a disappointment. She needs to be one and done. I think she may come back next season. This is the thing. I would like for her to come back next season, right? Because I feel like you at least got to give them 2 seasons. The first season, I think you got to give people a pass because they don't really know what they're getting into. And, they're just giving the best that they can. They're going to be overproduced. They're going to do whatever the producers tell them. They're going to try to find a clique to be a part of so that they can stay and be in a lot of scenes. I think after the first season, they kind of learned the ropes. And then second season, like Dr. Wendy Osefu, you come back on and you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. Or I have an idea. I have a theme. I have a storyline. I have a goal at the end of this season. So that's why I think everybody should at least be given a second season. Crazy Homebody Girl said we need another Black person on this show. Tired of Garcelle being the only one. I absolutely agree. I would be fine with her being the only Black person in the group if she was fine with it, and she's not. She definitely needs a reinforcement. I think I was talking to Tracy about this. They need to bring in Will Smith's wife because Tracy mentioned that she had guest starred on the show. She needs not guest star, but she had been brought in as one of Garcelle's friends. And I do think that they really have a relationship. I think they're really good girlfriends. And I think her name is Cherie. I would like to see her on too, because I think she would hold her ground. She's been in these kind of reality TV show spaces before with women as a full female cast. And I think she would be able to hold her own. And I think she would be able to reinforce Garcelle in the right way. Oh gosh, y'all are done with Crystal. Visual taste that I'm done. So disappointing. Yeah. Alex said, I wonder if Erika will be back next season. I think she should and get this money. I think she will probably be back next season for the money. If I was her, I wouldn't do it because far too many questions are going to be asked again, right? Now the ladies who she thought was her friends, they see how the season has played out. They see who the fan base has chosen, the sides that they have taken. They will not come back on this season and be on Erika's side. It won't be, I don't think it'll be a good time for her. I think with the ladies who have fallen from grace with a lot of even their Stan accounts, I think the ladies who have fallen from grace will try to redeem themselves by coming after her. And if I were her, I wouldn't do it. But, she's acting like she broke. She don't have no money. That's what she's saying. So, do it for the coin. But you going to get it that season. Missy said, I want Sutton to step more into her rich woman when it comes to confronting Erika because Erika does not have the coin to come after or harass her. I would love it if she said that to Erika. I would too, but that's just not who she is. You know how she is with money. Where I come from, we don't talk about money. We don't it's bad taste. And I have manners. So I don't see her having that conversation about money. I think it's just understood. That's my girl. You think so, JL? I don't think so. I think he got a lot of power. I don't think he has as much power as he had before because he gave up a lot of his shares in the company to be the host of Watch What Happens Live. So I don't know. I still think he got some power. Old money. Generational wealth that will live on. Double T said the Scissor Sister Circle is ruining the show. After last year, I was done, but returned for Garcelle. Yeah. I wasn't going to be a part of this either. I wasn't going to review the show had it not been for Garcelle. I absolutely agree with you. Alex said, Erika will get my whole range of stank faces. She is so bark, bark, bark. But again, she does it with people who she thinks that it will intimidate, right? Like she'll do it. Erika will do it with these upper crust, white ladies who are all about appearances, right? But she won't do it with upper crust sisters who, even though they're all about appearances, you're not going to talk to me like that, right? She won't do it with, she won't talk that way to working class people or middle class people from, Philadelphia or Boston, right? Or New York. You know what I mean? Like, she has her people that she will do it with because she knows that if she, or what? Or else what? That they'll be like, oh, Erika, I'm so scared. But she won't, or else what? Or else what? To, a Wendy's worker, right? She's not going to do that to the Wendy's cashier because the Wendy's cashier will take off a headphone and be like, let's go. Like, we don't even got to do no talking. Like, what do you want to do? Because you're not talking to me like that, right? I sell burgers for 99 cents. I don't need this job. I will kill you. So she won't do that to them. But she'll do that to these upper crust ladies who have never been in fights before, who are so, everything had to be handed to them. And they're so dainty and frail and they can't do anything. Because people like that scare them. So she'll inflect the roughness of, the women that she grew up with or around when she was living in Atlanta or when she was stripping in, Jersey and New York City. She'll take that toughness from those ladies and inflect that on these ladies who are intimidated or afraid of people like that because it's giving working class rage, street people act this way. So she'll give that to them because she knows that they're afraid of people like that because of, the perception of people who live in certain areas and they act this way because of that, right? But she won't do it to people who comes from that because she knows, like you said, all bark and no bite. I got 2 super chats. Hold on, let me get those. I think I got another, right? Let me scroll down. I did. Hey, Minerva. Minerva said Haitians are raised to blend in and not embarrass their family. Elders are always reminding you of how white people look at you. Yeah, you know what? No different from African American. No different from African American. We got to get free, y'all. We got to get free. Our ancestors taught us a lot of stuff. Our ancestors and elders taught us a lot of stuff so that we can survive. They have gotten us to this point. We gotta take the baton and we gotta run our own race now. Thank you for what you have given me and instilled in me. It's a new season and a new day. We're gonna run this a little differently. Thank you so much for the super chat, Minerva. Thank you. We love, honor, respect you, and thank you for your sacrifice. This is our time now. Let us make it better for the next generation like you did for us. Susan King said, poor Crystal wants to sit with the mean girls in the cafeteria. Pathetically, she thinks she has a chance to fit in. I will say this, though. Thank you so much, Susan, for the super chat. Crystal did mention that is what she had been dealing with her entire life. Again, I think that Crystal goes through is going through the same thing that Garcelle is going through, but she's been accepted because she has bowed down. You know what I mean? She bowed down to Kyle. She goes after the people that the Scissor Sister Circle goes after, right? But she won't go after any of them. So she has kind of been accepted in because she has fallen in line. Garcelle has not. So that's why you have that difference. But Crystal, man, we were rooting for you. Damn shame. Thank you, Susan. I gotta stop sleeping with the air conditioner on, girl. Baca said Erika needs to come back for 10 more seasons so she can pay back the victims. I think all she has to pay back is $20 million because that's what Tom invested into her business. So that's what they're allowed to receive. because they're already suing with that, but they're already suing for that. They sued for that, and the judge granted them that they can go after her assets, but she has sued to stop that. I don't know where it is at this point, but she did sue to stop the victims from collecting coins from her. But I'm like, girl, just give them that 20 million so you could be done with this. Oh, you might not have it. Damn. I don't know. This is terrible. This is a terrible situation to be in. It is a terrible situation to be in. Hey, Nerlene. Nerlene said, I want to see Rinna gone. She's unbearable. I think Rinna is going to stay because you have to have a character on there that everybody loves to hate. And she fills that void. She fills that void. Jonas said, it's the way Sutton snatched back her feud with Crystal and went on to greater storylines, leaving Crystal with zero camera time. Poor girl, right? It does seem like because Crystal and Sutton are no longer beefing, then there's no need for Crystal. Crystal, you want to do a show with Dr. Tiffany Moon? I'm sorry, you're not on her level. You're not on her level. No, Dr. Tiffany Moon didn't disappoint. You did. I don't think you can handle it. I don't think you can handle it. I really am upset about Dallas. I was never going to watch that show, but I saw that they had they added the CEO of Curls, the sister who runs that company, Curls Natural Hair Products. She was going to be on the cast, and they just shelved that show. I think they might shelve the Real Housewives of New York too, guys. I think they might shelve it for a minute because they are going through some casting issues over there. It is bad for New York. I'm so upset. That was one of my favorite shows. I'm so upset. Momi said these ladies would not be able to handle Cherie. She will be good TV since she's done reality TV before. Absolutely. But if they think that Garcelle's a bully, they would be the ones crying if she was on there. And Cherie don't care. Cherie don't care. Oh, the lady? Are you talking about the lady? Yeah, Jimmy G said, I didn't like Kathy not knowing the name of her staff worker. It's very demeaning. Agree. And I say this as somebody who likes Kathy. Agree. It was giving big Ramona Singer energy. Hey, Tracy. Tracy is thanking Minerva for the super chat. Shout out to my moderators who make this YouTube channel possible. Jonas says, so Erika says in the next episode that she's broke to cow, but had a glam squad in this episode. Does she really have a glam squad? We sure about that? I think she could be pulling a Sonia Morgan and like hiring, people to do from like the MAC counter to do her makeup for exposure. Hiring people from the hair school to do her hair for exposure. I don't know if she got the same team, especially since that team is talking to the feds. I don't know. Absolutely. Dr. M said Garcelle is the only reason why many people are watching. Absolutely. If Garcelle and Sutton were not on that show and they were not, being the voice of reason and basically speaking what the viewers are speaking, I don't think they would have the views that they're having because none of the ladies will confront Erika. None of the ladies would say anything about this. This whole, the whole debacle with Tom and, stealing from these victims, that would have went away in like 2 episodes. Because the Scissor Sister Circle, they protect everybody. They protect everybody within that circle. So they would have dropped that storyline and moved on to something else. And it just would have been nothing for the rest of the season, like they did with Dorit. I told you that lady confronted her while they were filming when they were in Mexico. She confronted her and said, where is my money? You and your husband stole my money. Where's my money? And it was not on the show, and none of the ladies talked about it. And they were all there watching while that lady was confronting her with her own camera, and the cameras were there. And if that lady would not have put that video on social media, we would have never known about it. We would have never, like this situation with Erika, it would have been 2 episodes and we would have moved on to something else. Something else. They would have never talked about it. First year, that blue look, I was like, oh, the money has changed. Erika has never looked like that. The money has changed. It has changed. Let me get 2 more comments and then we're going to move on. Guys, make sure you like this video. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Hey, Nerlene said, I would like to see. Oh, I got that. But did I give you this? I hope I did. If I didn't, here you go, sis. Here you go. Audrey O said, all she has to pay back is 20 million. Girl, just get him 20 million. Nikki is too funny. Acting like 20 million is like $20. I know. But I'm like, that's what she could do to get out of this situation. JL said, Crystal needs therapy. I agree. It's sad watching her bend and jump to fit in with white supremacy, but she spoke about that. She spoke about that being an issue. So maybe when she watches the season back, because it does seem like her and Sutton are in a good place and they're really friendly, maybe, she'll do the work that needs to be done and she will come on here, and not shrink so much. I can't believe she loses to PK. Every episode, you was not getting in Dr. Tiffany Moon's face. Excuse you? She was reading you in both languages. Don't play. No way are you doing a show with Dr. Tiffany Moon. She was like, does the fans want it? I was like, girl, Dr. Tiffany Moon can do that show by herself. Not you. You got to show us something different. Yeah, like Dorit is. Ooh, she did not do good this season. At all. There is something else. Dr. M, oh my God. Dr. M said Erika really needs someone to sit her down and tell her shut up. She really isn't handling this whole thing well. It's making her look really bad. I would have spun this whole thing and come out on top. I would have been crying every episode for the victims. Like, I can't believe I was married to this man, guys. Can you believe it? Girl, you're not going to catch me supporting that scammer. Absolutely not. Jimmy G said, I love Nikki using Wendy's for reference. You know why I use Wendy's for reference? I don't know if this is anybody else, but every Wendy's that I have ever entered into, and I only entered into a Wendy's in the city of Philadelphia. I don't know how Wendy's is anywhere else, but every Wendy's that I have entered into in the city of Philadelphia, my God, today, if there wasn't a fight going on with the customers, there was a fight going on with the workers. And if it wasn't a fight going on with the workers or the customers, it was a fight going on with the workers and the customers together. There was like Wendy's. Philadelphia Wendy's are just violence to me. I just know if I'm ordering at a Wendy's, I better go through the drive-through, because if I go in there, I'm going to witness somebody getting beat up, shot, stabbed, or something. It's something about a Wendy's in Philadelphia. Like, nobody wants to work there. Nobody really wants to eat there. But, the burgers are 99 cents. You get a nice little Frosty for 99 cents. So it's $2 and you got a meal. But you're angry about it. Ciao. I wish I liked McDonald's. I wish I liked McDonald's. Oh, God. Oh, security guard at Wendy's. Yeah. Because Philadelphia Wendy's have security guards. Why? You go into a Wendy's in Philadelphia and you try to talk to the workers any kind of way and see what happened to you. Okay? Oh, yes. Jazzy Go said, I want them to bring back Eileen. You beast. Back. I loved her. Me too. Me too. Oh, Cameron said Sutton did the ultimate get back. You want to feud with me? Watch you get less camera time. And that she did. That she did. Yeah, I'm afraid for Roni. I really, really am afraid. I'm afraid for Roni. I thought that show was safe until they canceled the reunion. That scared me. Because when a network doesn't get the money they could get, like canceling the reunion, it's 3 episodes, right? It's 3 episodes, and it's a lot of advertising time that has already been paid for. So there's a loss when you don't film a reunion because the advertisers have already paid you for that, right? So if you are not showing their commercials during that time, you either have to put them somewhere else if you can, right? Because you sold out the whole season. So you either have to put those commercials somewhere else or you got to give money back. So that's a loss for the network. So for them to take that loss, something up. And I'm real concerned. I honestly can see Roni being canceled, Orange County being canceled if it doesn't do good this season, and the Housewife All-Star shows taking their spot. If they're successful on Peacock, their little thing, their streaming service, they're going to bring it to network TV. And I'm really concerned for the other shows that are not doing well. Right now, I think Atlanta is safe if they get back Portia. If y'all don't give Portia the coin that she wants, I feel like Atlanta is in trouble. New Jersey is in trouble. But I think on the chopping block, next on the chopping block, the show that will be sitting right next to Dallas is New York. And I'm concerned, as well as Orange County. I think they will definitely get rid of those shows and put the All-Star shows on, because those All-Star shows seem like it's going to be really, really good. They've already got 2 seasons filmed now. 2 seasons have already been filmed. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. Oh, let me get to this comment. Oh, God, I missed it. I'm sorry, guys. These comments are going so fast. I'm trying to hold them. Jennifer Jones said, I'm late to the live party, but let me get this off my chest. Doritos and Kathy can go. I like Kathy. If microaggressive was a person, it'd be Dorit. I'm not feeling the way she talks to Garcelle at all. And I absolutely agree, Jennifer. I absolutely agree. There was a comment that I wanted to get. I'm trying to find it. I clicked on it. I tried to click on it, and then it just refreshed. Oh. I can't find it. Oh, darn it. Jimmy G said, I think the producers of Roni don't want to fire Ramona, but they know they can't bring her back. I think Ramona's a big reason why they're also on hiatus for right now. Real Housewives of Harlem, Real Housewives of Brooklyn may be better than the Real Housewives of Harlem, because although Harlem is being gentrified, terribly gentrified, gentrify Harlem with a different culture. You know what I mean? Like, make it more, cultural, gentrification. But y'all put in the most hideous things in Harlem. Anyway, so the reason why the Real Housewives of Harlem will not work, because people will be expecting the Harlem that is famous. They will not be able to digest what Harlem is now. Now, the Real Housewives of Brooklyn, I think that might be better, because people, I think not that people are accepting of the gentrification in Brooklyn, but everybody knows about the gentrification of Brooklyn. So having a diverse cast on that show would probably work better. And Brooklyn got money now. Brooklyn has money. I do. I do, Yasmin. Yasmin said, I don't think the Real Housewives of Atlanta needs Portia. ATL has so many wealthy Black people with fun personalities. But the reason why I think them getting rid of Portia or Portia not coming back this season is a disservice is because we have been talking about Portia and this Simon thing since the show ended. Like, that's what everybody wants to see. That is going to bring them a lot of ratings. If she's not on there, I think they may have a ratings low, but we'll be able to have another ratings high if they bring in new people that we want to see. So far, the speculations that I have seen, it don't look, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for it. Oh, here it is. I'm concerned for Atlanta. This is what I was looking for. NTR said during high school, went on a college visit to UPenn. Oh, I'm sorry. And a friend got beat up. Yep, that is the University of Pennsylvania by an old school cell phone store. We have since called that McDeath. Child, yeah. UPenn? No. Yeah. If you are thinking about going to any college in the city of Philadelphia, hit me up. I will give you the tea. Now you know about the University of Penn. Megan said they need to do a shakeup in who works at Bravo. There's so much that they can do with Roni if they had critical thinking skills. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing about networks is that it's a lot of old money. And so it's a lot of old money, and a lot of the executives, were were there during Prohibition. Okay, like they were alive around that time. They were, they grew up in segregated schools and segregated towns, so they have a certain outlook on life, and they're not changing that. Honestly, you just have to wait for them. And I hate to say this, you got to wait for those old network execs to die. That's how them networks are run. It's not by talent. It's old money, and it's all nepotism. So it's somebody's brother who is the head of this. Like it's, the Warner Brothers, all the whole Warner family runs that, right? Any like Fox, all of these networks, all family run, all generational wealth. They're going to keep their bloodline within the network. That doesn't necessarily help the network. But that's Hollywood. Let me move on to what I want to talk to you guys about next. This little tidbit of information that happened right here. Thank you so much, Tracy, for sending it over.
Feeling
real good, baby.
That's what I like to see. How you liking your new residence?
Well, we have some questions, but we're liking them pretty good.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. You know what? Can you set the record straight for us? Did Erika know anything? Everybody wants to know.
Ready to go?
We're ready to go.
All right.
All right.
Everybody just wants to know if she had any insight of what was going on.
Why don't you drop the camera? Okay? Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He wants to answer the question.
No, he doesn't.
I think she does.
Let's go.
Thank you, Tom. Wishing you the best, Tom.
What was that? Some reporter. Oh.
He might have a case. He does not look well. And I get, the stress of everything that's going on, that could really affect the health and the, physical and mental health of a young person. So, this is obviously what it's doing to somebody who is older, but he has deteriorated since the last time that we've seen him. He might have a case. Oh, Lord, we got to get these victims their money, because I think he's going to go on to Glory. I think he's going on to Glory. And my God, today, Erika, you are going to be left with a mess. And you won't have any help from his family, because Erika, on this episode and the next episode, you talking real slick about his family. And if I was you, I would not do that before they start talking real slick about you. People get real sensitive when their parents get sick, and then when they go on to Glory, start acting out of emotion, not acting out of complete sense, but being real reactionary because of how they're feeling in the moment. If I was you, I would lay off his family. Another observation in that is that old guy trying to bully the cameraman. Sir, if he breathed in your direction, it would have knocked you over. Why are you trying to act like a tough guy? Men, y'all delusional. put the camera down, or else what? What are you going to do? He will knock you over and every bone in your body will crack. Sit down. Third, did you hear Tom say? I think she does. He talking differently, mama. So we have to see you on the show next season, because how are you going to be talking now that he's saying, I think she knew about my financial issues. He stopped for a moment and thought about it. And then he said that and he sauntered off. Child, it's getting messy in Beverly Hills Street. That's why I say in the valley. That's why I say in the valley, girl. Nope. It's getting messy in them BH streets. Hey, NTR. NTR said Bill Cosby looked so frail before his trial, too. Hollywood is... NTR. Hollywood is full of actors. NTR said, I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. Ryan Rain. Oh, wait a minute, NTR. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ryan Rain said, that's what happens when your lies are exposed and your life as you know it is over. Yeah. I said, ooh, child. Ooh, child. Me either. And just to think about the clip that they showed of him telling those stories to the ladies when they went over to visit, he was, he had a lot more weight on him. He just was happy and like very joyful. Nothing wrong with his mobility. Child. Oh, gosh. It's Latasha said, could be true, but he's an expert in fraud, so I don't fully believe him. Hello? Yes, I did. I had bought 2 packs of salmon from my local Ralph's, and they both were expired. And I just wanted to alert you guys because it seems like this local Ralph's is selling expired food. But like, when I opened it, each bag of salmon was rotten. Thank you. No, I do not. No, I do not, because the smell was just excruciating. I threw everything out, but I just wanted to report it to you guys that that's an issue. But I did send over what the item is in my complaint. Do I have a Rouse card? Oh, yes, I do. But I just use my phone number. Yes, that is. Yes, it is. Thank you. Oh, really? I've been using it since 2014. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I really was just reporting about my experience, but thank you so much. That's great customer service. I really do appreciate that. As a frequent shopper of Rouse, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on, because I still continue to shop at Ralph's, and I will continue to. I enjoy my experience there, but I just had a little hiccup there, and I wanted you guys to be aware of that. I think it was around the holidays, because I had brought 2 bags because I was having people over to celebrate. Yes, ma'am. I think the 5th. Yes, it was. That's my local one. I can actually walk to that one. Each bag, I believe, was $15. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. What is your name? Tina, thank you so much for just responding to me and also just going the extra mile. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. You have a blessed day as well. Bye. I had to take that call because we have been playing phone tag. I had to take that call. Shout out to my local Rouse, the Rouse in the Kroger community. Thank you so much for keeping me as a customer. Welcome to a NikkiStar TV Live. LA prices. LA prices, girl. LA prices, because the Kroger's in Atlanta, baby. $40 go a long way. Oh, but I'm still a dedicated customer. But when I buy fish, it better not be expired. I had to make turkey burgers. None of my guests can have fish. That's exactly what happened, Danny. That's exactly what happened. She said, let me just pull up your account. No, I couldn't. Jimmy, I couldn't. I couldn't. Yeah, each bag I paid about $650. No, you're hanging up? Okay. Oh, God. Anyway, let's get back. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Ryan says, I had to call Walmart on the door greeter today. Listen, let me tell you something. I was not that person. I was that person who let everything go. Soon as I hit 30, something happened to me. And I said, you know what? I'm calling corporate. And I have become that person ever since. Oh, child. I had to call Walmart on the door greeter today. She jumped in my face and said, where's your receipt? All accusatory. Got to get these stores together. Listen, you can't let stuff slide anymore. Can't let stuff slide. Oh, wait. I missed a super chat. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you so much, Tony. Oh, and my guest was my family, but I couldn't let her know that we eat that much salmon. I don't know. I felt embarrassed about our, consumption of salmon. So I just lied and said I had a party. I don't know. I don't know why that made me so insecure. I do not know why that made me so insecure. But we are like we're not pescatarians, but we eat like pescatarians. Let me check my DM from Tony. Tony. Oh, it's the DM. Tony. I missed a super chat from To Be Black Native. Thank you so much for. Let me see if I can catch it. Can I catch it now? Let me see if I can catch it. To be Black Native. Thank you so much. Erika and those bees on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills better find that money allegedly hidden and pay the victims now until you do right. Come on, to be Black Native. Thank you so much for the super chat. And that leads me into this article. Also, this was sent to me by way of our girl, Tony. This is from OK Magazine. That's a different one, but that's another one I'm going to read. This is from Radar Online. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne's husband Tom Girardi's mystery bank account discovered in bankruptcy as search for orphans missing millions continue. Earlier this year, Girardi, a once powerful LA attorney, was forced into bankruptcy by his creditors, including many of his former clients. His now defunct law firm reportedly owes 101 million in creditors. Girardi is accused of running his firms like a what? Ponzi scheme for over a decade. Many of his clients have the same story about Girardi. They claim he represented them in a legal matter and usually scored a nice settlement. This is from the claim. They claim that this is from the people who have found the bank accounts on Girardi. They claim the disbarred lawyer failed to pay $2 million from the settlement. The orphans and widows also believe the money was used to help fund his lavish lifestyle with Jade. The Bravo star is also accused of filing a sham divorce to hide assets from creditors. I hate to say it, Erika, but I believe that. You moving weird on this show. In the newly filed motion, the trustee says he has been reviewing Girardi's available books and records to evaluate his financial affairs. He says, during our review, we have uncovered a variety of bank and other financial accounts. Unfortunately, there is little information for these accounts. The trustees are requesting copies for records for the Chase and Citibank. Oh, you bank at Citibank? He says the documents may lead to additional information, which will not only help me have a clearer picture of the debtor's financial history, but may also help me determine whether any debtor's assets have been wrongfully diverted. The judge has yet to rule on this motion. This trustee is also suing Erika Jayne for the return of $25 million. Whoo! He claimed, yeah, we know about this, that he gave that to I thought it was 20 million. It's 25 million. 20 plus an additional 5 million. Oh, girl, I would disappear. I would disappear. Oh, my goodness. What in the embezzlement? So they done found your chasing your Citibank's account. You bank at Citibank? You definitely were high in funds, because I would never see him as a Citibank person. Chase, absolutely. Wells Fargo, absolutely. Citibank, not that there's anything wrong with Citibank, but I just don't see multimillionaires banking there. But you never know, especially the Citibanks in LA. They're always in rough neighborhoods, but that's where you go when you want to hide your money. Because who's looking in the hood? Another article that Tracy sent me. Thank you so much, sis. Erika Jayne's story that ex-Tom Girardi needed surgery following the burglary discredited by detectives on the scene. Caught in a lie. This is OK Magazine is messy. Erika Jayne's account of her estranged husband Tom Girardi's burglary has reportedly been discredited. During the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the singer claimed that Girardi needed some sort of surgery after confronting a burglar at their mansion. That word is getting me. In Pasadena, California. However, the detective who arrived on the scene insisted that that wasn't the case, and the 82-year-old wasn't injured at all. Child, Tom was sleeping in his bedroom and he heard someone in the closet, the detective told The Sun. Tom called out and thought it was his son or Erika's son, but he couldn't tell because it was dark. The detective claimed that Girardi heard someone and saw a shadowy figure and called out the son's name, but no one responded. Tom showed me where he believes some cufflinks were taken. Didn't I call it? They were missing from the closet, he added. The detective also shared that Girardi, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease months earlier, might have been confused about what really happened. The detective says he gave a statement saying he was traveling all over the place, but it just doesn't seem like that was possible. It didn't seem like he would be that he would, because he was pretty old. Excuse me, detective. How dare you? So I don't know if it's like the dementia or the Alzheimer, or the Alzheimer's started kicking in or something like that. Now I'm concerned about the detective. The source revealed that the police contacted Girardi's brother to check in on him, but that the department suspended the case due to lack of evidence. We didn't have any security video or security cameras. We didn't have any leads, and we suspended the case because we really didn't have anything to go on. Let me scroll down. Tom's house was broken into and he confronted a burglar. This is what Erika is saying. And then he had to have eye surgery. And then my son had to go over and help. And then my son rode his car 5 times on the way home because it was snowing in Pasadena. Let's not leave that out. Not the detective speaking out. I mean, so now, Erika, who was telling the truth? You or the detective? So do you not want us to believe the detective, the cop, and your son is a cop? So do you not want us to trust them now? Then if we can't trust the cops, well, we can't. You know what I'm saying? But, your son is a police officer. Your son, is all in that detective community. So then what? What's the answer there? I'm asking for white people because black people, we don't. But for some reason, I kind of believe this shady detective, this ageist detective. How dare you say that old people don't travel? Who are you? Who are you? So you told that big lie, and none of that happened. Child, I've been said it was giving me insurance fraud. It was giving me insurance fraud. So there was no burglar. He was not injured. Because listen, I think if he showed up there and Tom had a head injury, nobody would, something would have been done and this case would not have been suspended for insufficient evidence. Erika. No, Tracy, snow is not a thing in Pasadena. Unless you live in the mountains. It does not snow in Pasadena. The last time it snowed in Pasadena was in 1949. Erika's lying. Yasmin said, I read another story that said Tom wasn't there on one occasion when there was proof of a burglary, and this detective is pretty much saying there wasn't a burglary at all. Ciao. More stuff is going to come out, guys. JL says, it amazes me every time that Tom and Erika, as scammers, could not come up with a convincing and incoherent story. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. At all. Josie said, Nikki, I saw a video where Erika was showing off her favorite jewelry pieces, and she said a couple of her pieces have been replaced. They have done this before. Oh, wait. I told you about that company that I was temping at that did like celebrity insurance. And I worked under one lady, an older Black woman. And oh my God, they always gave her like high profile celebrities because she could always sniff out the BS. Like she always knew when a celebrity was like scamming. She just knew. She was just so good at it. And the way she would ask them for paperwork and receipts, and if they could not like give it to her or like come up with anything, she would be on the phone with them, and she would just be like this. I think no, I would get in trouble if I say something, right? I ain't signed no contract with that job. But I'll just say it. So anyway, she was dealing with the Pied Piper. He had, his whole place got robbed or whatever. And the person that was handling it, she was like, where's the paperwork? Like, give me this stuff. So he was like, send the stuff back and forth, send the paperwork, go to all this stuff. And she's just like, this is not for this. Like I guess he sent so much paperwork. He didn't think that she would look through it. And she was like, no, he didn't send this. He didn't send this. And he didn't send that. And she's just like, could you call him for me? I called him. She's like, put him on speaker. Put him on speaker. I was just sitting there at my desk like, oh my God. And she was like, now, honey, this don't make sense, right? And he was like, no, I sent it in. No, it really happened, man. We were scared for him. We thought that he was going to get shot or something. She was like, sweetie, this don't make sense, right? Then do you want me to file this? Because if I file it, it's going to get looked over. And it's going to be on you because I'm going to do my part and I'm going to let it go. It's out of my hands after this. But this don't make sense, right? I'm at my desk like, oh my God. And this man is on the phone, like just pulling up full Erika Jane. Every time he tells a story about this robbery, it changes. By the end of the phone call, he was like, you know what? He don't even really need the money like that. And canceled the claim. I was like, this is why. This is why they give you the celebrities, because you do not play. She was like, she wasn't rude or anything. She was just like, this don't make sense. Now, I'll put all this information in. But this don't make sense. And after I put it in, it's off of me because I'm going up with what you gave me. So what do you want to do? Woo! And that was just one. Let me tell y'all how a lot of these celebrities are out here scamming, pulling pure insurance fraud. And the only reason why I talked about that one because he's in prison. They can't harm me. Oh, God. Josie said Marie Claire did a series on Precious Gems or something. A few of the housewives were on, including Jen Shah. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm going to pull an Erika Jane. I'm going to tell them I was driving. I drove up a cliff. I flipped my car 5 times because it was snowing in Pasadena. And the rain came down to Burbank and my car slid and I was in a ditch for 9 hours. And now, I got an injury in my head and I can't remember nothing. 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 Yeah, El Boogie, you would think that he'd be better at lying, but it's just not happening. El Michelle said, I'm still stuck at home with nowhere to go. Bought foundation before the panty and still haven't finished using it. I'm about to get that deal on Fenty. Oh, I had a moment where I had to throw away all my makeup that I bought because it expired. And please do not use expired makeup. Learn from me. I did that and almost lost my left eye. When it says 22 months or 12 months, believe them. Believe them. I had to throw away a lot of makeup and it killed me. So I don't buy makeup like that no more. I bought a little mini palettes and that's it. Or like one, eyeshadow, a little tiny eyeshadow. That's it. I'm not losing that much money again. Oh yeah, who got, if you go in the video earlier, I played it. I played the video earlier. Oh, the surgery. Yes. And then when I got home from surgery, I confronted a burglar and he beat me up, but I got the best of him. But you can't find him because he got away and escaped. And I think that's where Erika messed up, Irene. I think she told too many lies that they're just not making sense. Thank you, JL. JL said, I think you make the story more compelling because you're better at improvising. Oh, hey, thank you. No, well, that's the only one I feel like I can tell because he's incarcerated and the claim didn't get filed. But yeah, the other ones, freaking A-listers. She was like, he's calling again. She would just start typing because it was like a top A-lister, like who you would think would have like a lot of money was like trying to scam. Like a lot of them do insurance fraud. And I think because a lot of them get away with it, but not with this woman. I'm gonna write her in something that I do because she was just, oof. She was sweet, but she was nice, nasty. Nice, nasty. Nice, nasty. Anyway, family, I got to get out of here because I got to do Married at First Sight in like 10 minutes. If you don't watch the show, if you do watch the show, come on and stop by. We're going to spend a lot of time on Jose. We're going to spend a lot of time on Jose. So let's get ready. Take a break. Go get some snacks. Go get something to drink because we'll be back here in 10 minutes. I love y'all. Thank you all for joining me. And I will see you either later on today or tomorrow. Who knows? Love y'all. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me and NikkiStar TV. Please make sure you like the video, share. Shout out to the replay gang. Give me like 20 minutes after the video was rendered so I can put in the timestamps. Is that all I have to do? Yeah. Thank you for supporting the channel. It's been fun. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, Tracy. Please make sure, thank you for watching. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you if you haven't, and share the channel to your social media. Please, not the insurance fraud stuff though. Cut that out if you want to share this video. I'll be getting too comfortable with y'all because we the Star family. Love y'all. Bye.